Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We're powered by Advanced Trading. It's the Tommy. Tommy is in, he's traveling. Maybe we'll get a surprise visit from him here. Tommy, pop in if you want. But it's the Connor B and Brady Huck show today. Markets are moving, things are happening, harvest is happening. Are your yields above, below expectations? Post a comment, let us know, talk to us. We love the engagement here on the live stream. But let's run through your markets and jump in to LaSalle Street right now. Corn going in here is up 1/4 of a cent. Beans are down 3 cents. They've been on both sides. Wheat is up. Chicago wheat's up 3.5. December KC wheat up 4 cents. Looking over at feeder cattle, November feeders down 12.5 points. Fat cattle down 12.5 as well. Lean hogs down 27.5 to 85 cents. Jumping over into the equities at Wall Street. Wonder if we'll see Tommy G in the background over there. I don't see him in that picture. But the Dow is up 160 points, S&P up 4.25, and the NASDAQ down 28 points. We got a lot of headlines to talk about. Connor B, come into the show. Let's roll through some headlines and talk about what's going on in today's market. How are you, Connor?
I'm doing good. Yeah, markets are moving. Rough day on soybeans, especially yesterday, and it looks like momentum is there as well. So down again. But I think in our business, we're going to be paying attention to that October WASD that's out Friday. That's going to be a big deal, especially, right? It's typically the WASD reports, they're going to be market movers. We hope they're bullish, but you never know with the USDA. And I think with this weather, gosh, Brady, I think in Illinois in general, we're going to have soybean harvest wrapped up here pretty quickly. So make sure that's on your calendar, right? Start thinking of your marketing positions, and we'll be going live for that October WASD as well.
Yep. I was reading some commentary from our ATI commercial brokers talking about that, just how fast this soybean pace is going in, and actually maybe taking some space from corn, and a lot of basis implications on that as well. But we'll talk about some of that stuff in premium content. Let's jump into that first headline here. Got a flash sale. This is a corn sale to unknown destination. So we had back-to-back bean sales Monday, Tuesday. No bean sale today. Got a corn sale. Hey, it's good to see this corn sale, Connor.
Absolutely, absolutely. If I was a betting man, that unknown sale, it's probably going to Mexico, but who knows, right? We could see they've been by far and away our number one buyer of corn. Really took the place of China, who has been completely absent for how long? Is that? Are we at a year and a half? Over a year? I can't remember where we haven't seen any corn sales to China. So, but we will take it. Let's keep seeing those flash sales.
Yeah.
So, other one.
Yep. Go ahead. Speaking of China, the Shanghai Composite dropped 6.62%. Shenzhen fell 8.15% as new stimulus measures faded. A lot of rhetoric about this impacting the bean market and questions about the strength of Chinese economy and that stimulus kind of fading here, Connor.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. 2 weeks ago they announced the stimulus package, really tried to boost that economy, and we saw it work. And now we're kind of fading, right? We haven't seen any more announcements that really weighed on soybeans, and we're seeing that Chinese stock market drop. Correct?
Yeah, yep, I believe so.
Yeah. So, and with that, the same thing is, talking about rate cuts, right? We had some FOMC notes today, and then we saw mortgage rates, right? They're ticking up a little bit. We saw them drop pretty good after the Fed did decide to do a rate cut, but saw it ticking up. First time they've rose in 3 months, Brady.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll get some more color on the details of that Fed meeting where they dropped a half basis points. We get the FOMC notes today. That trade's going to be digging through those notes, seeing adding any color and depth of context about future implications, what words they use. They'll go in and dissect those notes here today.
Yeah. So we'll see. What was Rick saying? Election is 26 days away.
Counting down.
27 days away. Sorry, Rick. 27 days away. So when we talk interest rates, Fed meeting, right? Talk about something that's going to have some implications. How are we going to see this economy finish 2024, right? We're in that last quarter. And so a lot of moving parts, right? Depending on where you are, Fed rate, they made their rate cuts. They want to do, in a perfect world, they want to see that soft landing, cut a few more. But did they cut too soon? Can we see inflation ramp up? That's the $1 billion question there.
big implications to grain farmers and everybody out there, whether you're buying a house or you're holding grain in the bin, whatever you do. Inflation 3.0, is it happening? We
Right.
don't. Crude
Absolutely.
oil on the move here. Let's jump into that one. Pop that one up. Crude oil is trading 73 after well, that's actually kind of dated here. Crude's actually
Are we
moving. That's we're live every day. So
give us a live quote. Give us a live quote. Where are we at?
we're down a buck 50 here on crude now, so 71.99.
It
But
keeps jumping.
pre-open, we saw a little bounce after fading hard yesterday, but seeing some continuation of that move lower here this morning as we broke into the day session.
I,
Got an
I
EIA report here at 9:30. There's going to be a lot of eyes on not just ethanol production, that's a big one, but crude stocks, the inventories, and even ethanol stockpiles. But big energy data dump here today. Each week, it's interesting. I talked to Joe Haroon, the commercial ATI broker, and he talks about, we get a monthly WASD, we get a weekly world ag supply and demand on the energy front with that EIA report. That's 9:30 a.m. here coming out pretty soon.
yeah, we'll make sure.
Tommy G. Connor B. Is that he asking about your nose and the from last week when we were on? Maybe that's what it was when you
Oh,
took
are
the
you talking
boot to the
about
face.
you know what? I have recovered and I have learned a valuable lesson. No cowboy boots on the trampoline. Thank you, Tommy. Right? I learned a lot of lessons the hard way, and that was definitely one. Right? If we're doing some somersaults, doing flips, jumping on me, the 2-year-old cannot have the cowboy boots on. So learn that one the hard
Connor,
way.
this
Thank
is
you,
why
Tommy.
I'm a big fan of Crocs. I just really like Crocs. They're safe, they're reliable, they're easy to jump into. Crocs all the way.
I 100% am on your side. I just have a 2-year-old that decides doesn't matter the temperature, doesn't matter what we're doing. He wants to be in a John Deere shirt. He calls it his farm hat. It's just whatever hat I have laying around, and then jeans and cowboy boots. Right? He's really dressed. He's really in that stage where he's dressed himself. But I'm with you there on the Crocs.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we need more cowboys. And so I love that he's wearing the cowboy boots and wearing the farm hat and the jeans. That's awesome.
He's something else. But
Yeah.
hey, I got one for you. Speaking of Cowboys, let's look at this. McDonald's is suing Big Four meat packers for price fixing. Right? They're suing JBS, Tyson Foods, and other leading meat processing. I think I heard Cargill in there for
Mhm.
allegedly conspiring for years to limit beef supplies, boosting their profits while causing the fast food giant to pay artificially higher prices. So interesting to see what you're the cattle guy. Any thoughts on this? Is it have merit? Right? Are we on McDonald's side or are we on the Packer side, Brady?
Oh, I don't know which. I don't like picking sides, Connor, but picking the Packer side, I don't think anybody wants to be friends with the Packer or pick to be on that side of the boat because the Packer cares about themselves. They care about making money in their bottom line, and they play games. Whether it's on the buying side or on the selling side, but they look out for number one and their bottom line. And I guess it's these type of lawsuits and litigation. It's good to square things up and try to create a fair market where the money flows where it's supposed to and not getting gobbled up somewhere in the middle by somebody playing an unfair game.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Right when we hear price fixing, anything like that, it always catches my attention, especially in our little world. So yeah, McDonald's suing the Big Four meat packers.
Yep. But speaking of meat and beef, choice cutout on a tear, up 91 cents again yesterday, 306.84. It's good to see it above that $3 threshold. The choice cutout has actually gained, close to $7 versus last week. So that's a sign of consumer resilience, demand resilience. Those are good, strong demand signals that are helping this meat market really take off. And you look over at the cattle market, Connor, and cattle have been on a tear as well. I think fat cattle, these live cattle are up 14.5 bucks since mid-September. November
Hmm.
feeders are up 24 bucks a hundredweight since mid-September. That's real dollars, real equity coming back in. We've narrowed up the basis on the cash market and the fat cattle futures market, which is good to see. It creates some opportunities. Funds have come back into the market. They're not quite as long as they were a year ago with their bigger long positions, but the funds are coming into the market. They're our friends today, Connor. We can say, hey, funds, thanks for being in the market. We're not mad at you today. Thanks for being there.
I got a question for you, and I know past performance isn't indicative of future results, but let's go back to last year when we put in the high. Uh, was that in early winter, Brady? Correct me if I'm wrong. Then we kind of saw a pullback, and then we rallied again, right? How's that compare? Put on last year. How's that compare to where we are now?
Yeah, it really peaked kind of August, September on,
Okay,
feeders
earlier
and
than I thought.
fats, and then we sold off significantly. I think feeders lost, $60 between September and December. Just a snowball of a number of different things that caused. I think there was some poor positioning, big fund long, and then, you see them peel out of that long position. And there was some trades on that also kind of amplified the move, some short positions, short put positions down there that kind of caused people to get in some trouble, margin type trouble, margin squeeze, and it just snowballed. But yeah, we kind of had. I mean, we've seen a sell off in the cattle side of things. $40 sell off on feeders. I mean, November feeders were trading 270 at the beginning of the year, and they traded down to 220. So $50 sell off on feeders. And we've gained back about half of that, Connor. So it's worth paying attention to if you're a cowboy, going out there, and opportunity maybe knocking to go protect some attractive levels. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
keep the upside open because I don't want to outguess where this thing is. You go back to that inflation 3.0 type rhetoric and where this market could go. I'd love to see $2.83 feeders and $2 fats. And gosh, it wouldn't take a whole lot. I mean, funds can come in and add to their length and push it up there. But I certainly don't want to be late to the party.
Right. Absolutely. Well, one headline we didn't mention, but I think everyone's paying attention to it, is all eyes are going to be on Hurricane Milton. I think it makes landfall late Wednesday, late this evening tonight into Thursday. And so it looks like the rhetoric's still the same. Category 5 looks like major destruction. So we're going to keep thoughts and prayers for anyone in Florida. I hope everyone got out, especially in that Tampa region. And then looking at weather, usually, when I hear hurricane, it means we're going to see some precipitation in the Midwest, right? This one's kind of, I want to say unique where it's going west to east. I don't know if we're going to see any precipitation from the hurricane hit us in Illinois or you in Kansas, right? I should say, don't come to me for weather advice because I talked about a good window of opportunity on our show Friday. We had showers in northern Illinois that afternoon, so I caught some crap for that one. So I apologize for
Well,
that.
if you
So,
can make it rain, Connor, let's talk Kansas weather, okay? Because we could use some moisture out here. But yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers to those in the path of Hurricane Milton, and don't mess around with that baby. Be
yeah,
safe, get where you
yeah.
need to go.
Number one, be safe, but then it's going to be a big disruptor. I think we're seeing that in the crude market right now a little bit. Other things are weighing on crude, obviously, but when we talk this much, the potential damage we're going to see, it could be a very big disruptor. So we'll be paying attention to that one for sure. So with that, like I said, I think we're still middle of soybean harvest here in Central Illinois. I think it's making really good pace. Yields are still pretty good. Let us know, your area. Let us know yields. The other one, Brady, you mentioned it about commercial department, right? That's a big question they always ask is, are we selling soybeans, storing corn? Are we storing corn, selling soybeans, right? What's the economics and how are we managing that space? So that's another one, right? If you want, shoot us a message, right? What makes sense for you? Are you going to sell these soybeans? Have you sold some $10 or better soybeans and plan is to store the corn, right? Shoot us a message. Let us know.
Yep, definitely be curious what you guys are doing out there. Good stuff, Connor. Anything
Yep.
else before we wrap and get back to our day jobs?
Nope. Only other one I have is I think for premium today, we're going to get Dr. Cesar Cruz, right? It's the hot topic is going to be what's going on in South America. He's going to give us an update in Brazil, Argentina, weather, planning progress, give a little bit of his thoughts. So premium subscribers, make sure to tune into that one. It's always going to be one that's super informative. So that'd be a good one.
He's a great asset to have within our research department. Love that. I would say if you want that episode as a test drive to premium, send us an email, info@atipromedia.com. We will send it to you for a freebie, but that's a good one to have. You just got to email us if you want it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Any other closing thoughts?
Nope. Have a good day, Connor. Thanks for joining me here.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.